I came here to share with you a few words about the Bible. Um, I think it's a very important book that God left us to know who He is and who we are. And it is a blessing to be able to come here and share that with you. Um, I know there's a lot of books out there that, like self help books, or, if you're studying a subject or history, or if you're studying a career, there's books that you have to read, or, to learn what what you need to learn, but I think the most important book ever created in this world, or, created by God, is the Bible. I think it is more important than anything else, because it helps us spiritually. Our spirits are very important, and many times we don't see that. Exercise and eating and having healthy habits, eating habits are important for our body, but I think the most important thing in this life to me, and I'm sure it's for a lot of people, it is our spirit, it is our soul. We there's many things we don't understand in life, and that we need answers. And so the Bible is a very, very important book that you will read. I wanted to share a poem, or it's called "The Bible Stands," and it says. Um, the Bible stands like a rock, undaunted, mid the raging storms of time. Its pages burn with a truth eternal, and they glow with a light sublime. The Bible stands like a mountain, towering far above the works of men. Its truth by none ever was refuted, and destroy it they never can. The Bible stands, and it will forever. When the world has passed away by inspiration and has been given all its precepts, I will obey. The Bible stands every test we give it, for its author is divine. By grace alone I expect to live it, and to prove it and make it mine. The Bible stands, though the hills may tumble. It will firmly stand when the earth shall crumble. I will plant my feet on its firm foundation, for the Bible stands. Another one that I wanted to share is called There It Stands, and it as an unknown admirer wrote long ago. Century follows century, there it stands. Empires rise and fall and are forgotten, there it stands. Dynasty succeeds dynasty, there it stands. Kings are crowned and uncrowned, there it stands. Despised and torn to pieces, there it stands. Storms of hate swirled about it, there it stands. Atheists rail against it, there it stands. Profane, prayerless punsters caricature it, there it stands. Unbelief abandons it, there it stands. Thunderbolts of wrath smite it, there it stands. The flames are kindled about it, there it stands. So, I hope that you find a time and place to read it. Um, I know it's going to help you a lot in your walk with God. And even as a non-believer, you know, one of the things that the Lord revealed to me when I first became a Christian is that He was the truth, the way, and the light, and that He made me understand that in a, I think it's in a spiritual way. I don't know how, but it's like I knew that I knew that I knew that He is the truth. That everything that Jesus did for us, that everything that God did for us is the truth, that everything He wrote on this book is the truth. And there are several, translations to the Bible, and I'm not gonna argue about that, but if you're starting to read the Bible, I recommend you reading like the NLT version, which is very easy to understand, and then you can go on to like more a little bit more complicated with words, I guess you could say it, that way, like a KJV version, to kind of compare the translations, but if you're starting to want to read the Bible, I recommend maybe an NLT or NIV, um, and that's gonna help you a lot. Um, but a lot of people, they rather read like the KJV version, or the New King James version, or the 1960, I think, something like that. So, but I mean, there's a lot of Bibles you can read, but if you're starting to read it, I recommend NLT or NIV. And then just go to the more, like the more older versions, which a lot of people think it's more accurate and things like that. But the Bible, I think it's a very important book that you will read in your life. It tells us who God is, and it tells us who we are. And there's a lot of examples, that people go through that you can relate to, and that's gonna help you a lot. I know I heard this man. He's a teacher, and he said, you know, but somebody said, like, the Bible has horrible things like war, and it's just things that you don't want to read, but he did say, well, that was then, but we are getting better, we are becoming better people, and and as we read those things, we think, hey, well, I don't want to be like that, I don't want to go through that. I want the Lord to help me, I want the Lord to rescue me. I want the Lord to protect me, you know. So it's glory to glory, your walk is never the same as when you began. As a later time in your walk, you understand many more things, and you want to do what God tells you to do, and perfect it. And we're never gonna probably reach that goal. We are supposed to be perfect like the Father is perfect, you know but because of Jesus, he gives us that grace, and he helps us with our problems, with our attitudes, with our emotions, and we become stronger and stronger, and then we end up like not we're we end up being healed in our minds, and not think just so much about ourselves, and think about others, and so that they may see the love of God in us, and say, hey, this is the love of God. What she is showing me, what he is showing me, is the love of God, and I want that. I feel relieved in that. I find hope in seeing that person, behave the way they do, or take things the way they do. And so there's always hope in the Lord, and that's the best thing, that He gives you a chance to redirect your steps, if I may say so. So, you know, I wanted to also share, that a few things, and there's Bible verses for these, but I'm not gonna look for them. I hope you look for them, and Google it, but one of the things that the Bible is gonna do for you, you know this testament that the Lord left for us, it's, one of the things is going to be, it's going to uphold you. Okay, it's going to uphold you, and you can read that in His Word. It's going to order your steps. I mean, we all want our steps to be ordered. We want Him to uphold us. We want Him to produce joy in us. We want that joy, and it's a joy that only He can give you, no one else. He's going to strengthen you. He's going to give you hope. You're going to find that in the Word of God. He's going to give you light and understanding. Uh, he's going to show you God's will, his will for your life. And He's going to build you up. He builds you up. He's going to produce fruit in you. He's also going to convict you of sin. If there's something that you're doing wrong, He's going to convict you of it. He loves you, and He doesn't want you to be going around this sin. To experience this. Uh, it hurts. It hurts to be to commit sin. It breaks your heart. It That's not what life is about, so he's gonna help you. And then, he's gonna convert your soul. He's gonna change it for the better. He's gonna cleanse your conscience. When you read the word of God, he's gonna consecrate your life. He's gonna correct what you're doing wrong and confirm what is right, comfort your heart. Those are some of the things that he's going to do for you. As you read the word of God, it's divine. It's a spiritual awakening. It's a spiritual life that you're going to experience with him by reading his word. So I encourage you to read his word and to become a better person. I think we all want to become a better person, unless you want to sin, you know, you want to sin and that's the way you want to live, but there's always, I realized that there's always consequences to sin, and there's always the enemy just destroys you with his lies and with his words. You don't want to hear a lying tongue. You want to hear the word of God. You want to hear the hope that he imparts. You want to hear the love and the righteousness. That's what he wants for you. It's hard because we want to, our flesh wants to do what is wrong, what feels good, but know that in every step that you take towards righteousness, it's gonna give you peace. It's gonna give you an it's just unexplainable. It at times it's gonna feel like you're, no, I can't do this, but you know he'll convict you of that, and you're gonna know that whenever you do something right, there's always a reward for it. There's always a reward for that. You're gonna have a lot of peace in your heart, if you do what is right. If your conscience, you're not doing something right, then change your steps, change your ways, and you'll see that you're gonna be happier. um, so I just want to encourage you to read the word of God, and it's gonna be a blessing. It's not only for leaders, it's not only for important people, you know but I would definitely take advantage of having a Bible, of having the word of God, and being able to read it. It's going to cleanse you. It has changed communities, because they read the Bible. There's so many studies that have shown that it has changed tribes. It has changed many people, but it's a treasure. It's a treasure that you want to seek out. Not everybody wants to do that, but if you do that, it's gonna help you so much. It's gonna bless your life so much, and I hope that you do start reading it. And even if you want to Google something like, something about, maybe you're going through something, maybe like hopelessness or depression or anything like that, it gives you a list of the verses that you can read, to give you hope. The word is very powerful if you read it out loud. So, well, I just wanted to share with you, and I hope you read your word and you get into his word daily, because we need it daily, right? So take care, and God bless. Bye bye.